Depending on the bicycle model, original equipment SWAT components that ship with the bicycle might include either one or two Z-Cage 2s. The camber and stump jumper FSR both ship with a right-handed Z-Cage 2. The Epic and stump jumper hardtail ship with both a left and a right-handed Z-Cage 2, which allows for both a left-handed and right-handed setup. For cambers, stump jumper hardtails, and stump jumper FSR, an EMT tool and the cage mount tool cradle. The Epic comes pre-installed with the frame tool cradle. All Epic carbon models ship with the cradle, and some models come with an EMT tool. The SWAT box, which includes a 29 by 1.75 to 2.4 turbo tube with 40mm valve stem, a tire lever, and a CO2 head. A 25-gram CO2 cartridge is required and must be supplied separately, as it cannot ship with the bicycle due to federal regulations. If the bicycle accepts the top cap chain tool, it will already be pre-installed. Note the two different types of expander plugs. The tapered one is for use with small and medium frames, the other on large and extra large frames. These plugs will only work on forks with carbon steer tubes. You must use these new expander plugs to use the top cap chain tool. Previous generation expander plugs will not work. Keep in mind that some SWAT components come pre-installed from the factory, such as a top cap chain tool and the frame tool cradle on carbon Epics. Installing the SWAT equipment on the bicycle is straightforward. We recommend assembling the components before placing them on the bicycle. For a Stage 2 configuration, attach the cage mount tool cradle to the Z-cage. Insert the EMT tool into the cradle. Either end of the tool can be inserted into the cradle, but the open side must face the cage. Attach the SWAT box to the cage first. For stump jumper hardtail and Epic installations, determine whether a right-handed or left-handed setup will be used. Both a right and left-handed Z-cage are provided, which allows for either a right or left-handed configuration. Keep in mind that the seat tube Z-cage is offset 180 degrees from the down tube Z-cage when installed. Place the bolt slider in its proper groove in the SWAT box, but don't insert the bolt just yet. Screw the CO2 head onto the CO2 cartridge about 1.5 turns. The CO2 cartridge shouldn't be punctured unless it's ready to be used. Ensure that a CO2 cartridge with CO2 head, the tire lever, and the turbo tube are ready to be inserted into the SWAT box. For stump jumper hardtails and Epics, we recommend installing the seat tube Z-cage first. For the SWAT box and Z-cage combo, attach the SWAT box bolt, making sure that the bolt slide is in place. Then attach one of the two Z-cage bolts to secure the assembly. Use a 3mm hex wrench to tighten the SWAT box bolt, then the appropriate hex wrench to tighten the two Z-cage bolts. Water bottle mount bolts must be tightened to at least 35 inch-pounds, or 3.9 Newton-meters. Insert the turbo tube into the SWAT box, then snap the CO2 cartridge and tire lever into the proper slots. Make sure the door can be closed and that the latch can be properly engaged.